Hello, I'm BMillzebub, and welcome to my channel. We have to talk about something. I'm not a difficult person to coexist with or be around or just, be in a society with. My standards are pretty dirt low. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with my stuff. You may actually be kind of wondering right now why so much room to that side of me is open in the video, and it's so this can be displayed for the duration of the video. So why don't we play the intro and talk about exactly what this is.
And if you ask me, our days are numbered, falling one by one. It seems to me somewhere we blundered with blind faith and trust.
So the story with this thing, which I'll be referring to in front of me because I can't actually read the thing that I'm editing onto my screen. I went into the store earlier after work to get a few things that I need, and when I got back out to my car, this was waiting for me in my door handle. Now, when I say that I'm an easy person to get along with or exist with in society, I really do mean that. But don't touch my shit unless you've been invited to, and that goes doubly for my car. Okay, I really like this one. I loved the one I had before that, but it got destroyed because of someone else's negligence. Okay, now I'm not suggesting that you can somehow destroy my car by putting a sheet of paper talking about the bullshit of Jesus coming back or whatever. But it's not outside the realm of possibility that you damage it, maybe fall into it or bump something, a walker, a cart into it. I don't know. Just don't touch my shit. But this is the second time I've found this pamphlet in my car door handle. So this time, oh no, actually it's happened several times. I can't go to that grocery store anymore because this seems to happen every time I go there after dark. But let's take a look at this foolishness that someone seems to think that I'm in just the greatest need of. It's 8 compelling reasons why Christ is returning soon. Yeah. $100 says that I will be completely underwhelmed by each of these 8 compelling reasons. How to be prepared for history's greatest event. First of all, I don't believe Jesus, as described in the Bible, even existed. There is ballpark of 0 actual evidence. First of all, there are no writings attributed directly to Jesus. And if we're talking about a scholarly person, which Jesus would have been for the time, someone who clearly had an education, someone who led people, would have written things down. No such documents exist. So, I don't know, that little diatribe aside, the evidence for the soon return of Jesus Christ is overwhelming. Citation, please. It could be any moment. Yeah, like when Jesus said that some of you among me will not have passed by the time I return, but hey, it's only, like 2,000 years late. One scholar lists 167 converging clues just in the last few years. The following are 8. 1. Israel's rebirth. As Jesus prophesied, the Jews were scattered during the Jewish-Roman War of AD 70. Luke 21:24. You know what? Let's look this up. Luke 21:24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, and shall be led away captive into all nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of all the Gentiles until the times of Gentiles be fulfilled. Okay, but why should I give a damn what the Bible has to say? You know what? There are other referenced Bible verses, and I sincerely doubt that I'm going to bother myself to look up any of the rest of them. Also prophesied to occur before Christ's return, the nation of Israel was miraculously reborn. Was not miraculous, for fuck's sake. This is shortly after the Second World War ended. There were Jews who didn't feel welcome in Europe for obvious fucking reasons. There is nothing miraculous about Jews resettling in the Middle East where, for whatever reason, they thought they might feel more welcome. Israel is called God's time clock. I never heard it called that. And I was really fucking Catholic for a really long time. Number 2, plummeting morality. Studies show a shocking breakdown since just mid-century. Okay. Let's ignore the fact that every study I'm aware of says that crime, violence, war, starvation, famine, all of these things are less prevalent. I mean, what are they talking about? Gay people being accepted? Because, you know, if that's the case, fuck whoever wrote this. You're a piece of shit. 3, famines, violence, and wars. Jesus said the signs before his return will come to intensify the birth pangs, the increased famine, violence, and wars. A clear picture of our planet. I just said that according to every study I'm aware of, all of those things are going down in frequency. The world has basically, you know, somewhere war has been going on, but there are fewer wars going on now. What the hell is wrong with whoever wrote this? One of 6 people on Earth suffers from hunger. Yeah, and that number is now lower because access to food is better. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but it's better than it ever has been. You know, there are definitely improvements we can make to accessibility of food, but it's not as bad as these people are claiming. Violence is epidemic. And pretty much always has. But it's getting better. For fuck's sake. According to a University of Warwick study, wars are increasingly frequent, and the trend has been steadily upward since 1870. Hey everybody, BMillzebub here. I did not do any research prior to this because this was all totally off the cuff, and what I said in the video actually was wrong. So I'm cutting it out entirely to prevent any risk of wrong information being taken as accurate. So the University of Warwick study that was referenced on this piece of shit here, I found it. Well, I found a news article talking about it. And it states that the frequency of wars between states increased steadily from 1870 to 2001 by 2% a year on average. While that is noteworthy, it is not end times worthy. We're talking about a small percentage increase, and something like the end times would require regularly scheduled global conflict. And that's just not what we see. So, back to the video. Increase in earthquakes. You know what? I'm not even going to read this whole thing because it just talks about bullshit of Israel again. As far as I know, the number of earthquakes aren't going up. Earthquakes have always been a thing civilization has had to deal with, always will be a thing civilization has to deal with, so long as we are on a planet that has shifting tectonic plates. 5. Explosion of travel and education. So, those are good things. It is a good thing to travel and have new experiences, meet new people, learn about different cultures, immersing yourself in different cultures, and education. What is wrong with education? Religion seems to have a huge problem with education, and I don't get it. Why? Why? Why does religion hate education so much? Let me tell you why religion hates education so much. Because education can help you, lead you away from religion. Because education teaches you critical thinking. And if you think critically about your religion, you're going to recognize, oh my God, this is bullshit. At least the chances of that go up. It's exactly what it did for me when I decided to actually learn about my now former religion. Explosion of cults and the occult. Counterfeit spirituality. Wow, bold. I mean, that is just bold. Is everywhere with cults and false Christs. First of all, Christ is a ripoff of how many different older religious beliefs? Come on. No, Hercules, born of a god, sent to save mankind. Psychic phenomena, spiritism, Satan worship. Satanists do not worship Satan. Satanists are atheists that I don't know, join that religion for whatever reason. I'm not a Satanist, I don't know. Witchcraft, nature worship, and the New Age movement. You know, really, every single one of these is leaps and bounds better than every version of Christianity I've come across, even not the literal ones, the liberal ones. 7, the New World Order. Now we're getting it. Man, this is Alex Jones territory right here. Increased centralization of the world financial and political power is a prelude to the soon coming, they hyphenated it this time, the soon coming world power system in the hands of the Antichrist. We're doing this. We're really doing this. First of all, there is no increasing centralization of economic and political power, especially if you're talking about the United Nations. The United Nations is actually pretty impotent because there are a total of 8 countries that are permanent members. And if any one of them vetoes an action, last I recall, if any one of them vetoes an action that the UN would like to take for any reason, that action won't be taken. So if Russia doesn't like something the US backs, Russia vetoes it. That's a thing that's DOA. It's just not going anywhere. So the idea that a body like the United Nations would be this this power that will be led by the Antichrist, it's laughably absurd. And who will deceive most of the world. Beware the mark of the beast. How many different marks of the beast have we gone through now? In the 80s and 90s, there were pagers. These things were, cellular portable phones were another one. Credit cards. How many marks of the beast have we had? Make up your mind. Seriously. 8. Increase in both apostasy and faith. Those are polar opposite things. I don't get it. I really don't. The Bible predicts in the last days a form of godliness, although they have denied its power. Today, many churches deny the eternal truths of Scripture and the power of the Holy Spirit. Blah, blah, fuckity, blah. You know what? If a church rejects the idea that you can take your son to the temple, tell the priest my child has been mouthing off to me, he's a drunkard or whatever, and take him out onto the edge of town and stone him, if a church is against that, good. Good. No one should be for that. It is barbaric, it is despicable, and it should never be practiced. The escape plan. We're getting there. Christ's death and resurrection have opened the way to heaven and life. Blah, fuckity, blah. This is so dumb. So many different Bible verses, and I have yet to be given a single reason to give a damn about the Bible. I have no reason to care about it. I have no reason to care about it. I have no reason to care about any other holy book. Make me care. Give me a reason to care. They won't. Of course they won't. How to receive him? Well, I mean, I'm not into dudes, so I'll not be receiving him. More Bible verses. The following is a suggested prayer. Well, we're just not doing that now, are we? The moral of the story, children. Don't touch my car. Don't put religious propaganda in my car. I love my car. I don't want it to have that bullshit on it. I now need to wash my car. I had to wash my car again anyway. The pollen count has been really high lately, and I've been coming out to my car and it's covered in a film of pollen. I need to do something about that. But I think I can move back over here now because I'm taking that off my screen there. That has been visited upon you all for well long enough. But I just had to get that off my chest. It annoys me to no end. But that is going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video, please leave it a like. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bell to get notified every time I upload a new video. If you feel so inclined to help me out, consider supporting me on Patreon, where I have monthly patron-only live streams and a couple of tiers as well. The $5 tier will give you early access to most videos. I'm sure you recall the Black Lives Matter protest in my hometown video. Patrons did not get early access to that. And to them, I apologize, but it was one of those videos that should not have been, taken advantage of monetarily. So I didn't give patrons early access to that. And videos going forward that are like that also will not be getting that kind of special treatment. Then again, it was not a regularly scheduled video, so those are kind of exempt from it, I guess. But yeah, definitely do that, or consider getting me something from my Amazon wish list. Every little bit helps, and every little bit is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter, linked below, to keep up with all my comings and goings, and join my Discord for a chance to talk to yours truly. Take it easy, everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one.